Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. We are 29 days away from WrestleMania 42, so let's talk about the matches that have already been announced for WrestleMania 42, starting with the least intriguing match on the card so far, which is the WWE Women's Championship match between Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea Ripley is one of the best wrestlers in the world. She's one of the most over WWE superstars on the roster. Doesn't matter man or woman, but she is facing the worst champion that WWE has picked in a very, very long time in Jade Cargill. Now, Jade Cargill has some minions with her in, I think, BFAB and Mishin. That doesn't make her any better. She can't talk on the microphone. She can't sell a fight. She's a bad wrestler in the ring. The only thing she really has to offer Jade Cargill is a look, I guess. But she has not produced a quality professional wrestling match almost ever. And the last time I talked about Jade Cargill, someone said that you should check out her matches in AEW. I haven't. I'm not going to. I'm going off of what I've seen in WWE, and it's bad. She can't sell a fight on the microphone. She can't sell a feud, and she can't have a good match. Not can't. Hasn't yet. Maybe she can get better, possibly. But because Jade Cargill is so atrocious at her job, this match with Rhea Ripley is the least intriguing match on the card, and it is one of the main titles in WWE. But I would argue in the women's division that the Intercontinental Championship is the most prestigious title in the women's division right now. But we'll get to that in a second. So, least intriguing match is that WWE championship match, and I pray to the wrestling gods, JBL included, that Rhea Ripley walks out of there as champion, and we don't ever have to see Jade Cargill as champion again. But that's highly unlikely. She probably will be champion again because there'll be rematches, and WWE seems to love, body guys who can't work. But for all things good, I hope Rhea Ripley wins that championship. That's the least intriguing match. Then we go into the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match, which I talked about. Actually, we'll talk about the Women's World Championship match next, because I think that's, one step above the WWE Women's Championship match, but not unbelievably interesting. I think it got a lot more interesting after Monday Night Raw when Liv Morgan and Stephanie McCool had an incredible brawl, very vicious, very intense, that really stepped up the feud for me. So we have this Women's World Championship match between Stephanie McCool and Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan will win the championship at WrestleMania. Now, when I look at all of these titles, just quickly looking at, WWE Undisputed, World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Championship, and Women's World Championship, I could essentially see all four titles changing hands. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, just because, I can't even think of a WrestleMania where, all four titles or all the titles, all kind of the big titles change hands. But I would love to see Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley all become the champions at WrestleMania. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but I can't really decide which ones are going to lose. Knowing WWE and how bad some decisions they can make, they're probably going to have Jade Cargill win. But I do think Liv Morgan is going to win this match unless Raquel Rodriguez gets involved, costs her the match, and this goes into a Liv Morgan-Raquel Rodriguez feud, potentially. But the Stephanie McCool, Liv Morgan feud finally intensified and finally picked up after Monday Night Raw, but I'm still not super invested and super bought into this match, but it's way better. This feud is way better than Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, considering Stephanie McCool and Liv Morgan are both exceptionally talented professional wrestlers and WWE superstars. So I'm actually excited to sit down and watch this match come WrestleMania. Then I think above that you have Becky Lynch and AJ Lee for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I think Becky Lynch did a fantastic job building back up the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's more prestigious right now than the WWE title and the World title, just because of what Becky Lynch has done to it, and now AJ Lee has it. And so I think that's the most intriguing women's match on the card announced so far. I'm not a fan of AJ Lee. I think every time she wrestles, it looks like she doesn't want to be out there. I'm not sure why she's back in WWE. Almost the same situation as like the Bella Twins. Why do you people come back if you don't really want to? Like, do the Bella Twins or AJ Lee, do they need some money? Because when I watch AJ Lee wrestle, it doesn't look very passionate. It doesn't look very energetic. I mean, the most energy she's had out of everything she's done was the most recent promo she had on Monday Night Raw, where she was standing on the announce table and basically challenged Becky Lynch to the title shot at WrestleMania. That was the best work she's done since returning. It actually looked like she wanted to be out there. Now, Becky Lynch right now is a little hokey, but I still do like the way she talks, her presence, the way she's built up the Intercontinental Championship. It's almost a guarantee that she will win. Becky Lynch will win and beat AJ Lee for that Intercontinental Championship. I don't know what AJ Lee's status is. I don't know how long of a contract she signed, but hopefully at WrestleMania 42, that's kind of the last time we see her. Becky Lynch kind of moves on with the title, goes into another big-time feud with someone for the Intercontinental Championship, and we're kind of done with AJ Lee. That would be great. But listen, we get, another year and a half of the Bella Twins. We keep having to see Nia Jax on television. So WWE will kind of keep making stupid choices in terms of the women's division. And then we go into the 3 men's matches that have been announced that I'm really, really excited about. One being Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. Brock Lesnar over the last 2 Monday Night Raws has made Obafemi a superstar. Now, I still think the best decision would be to have Obafemi win and beat Brock Lesnar. So then the next PLE that Brock Lesnar competes in, probably SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Gunther kills his career and he retires. I think that is the perfect way to go. And people don't give Brock Lesnar enough credit for being one of the best to ever do it, and also one of the best sellers to ever do it. So I think if the choice is made, now there was rumors backstage that Brock Lesnar was refusing to lose. Maybe that was just random information that WWE was feeding the dirt sheets to cause more sort of commotion in the air. But I do think the best decision for WWE and the future of WWE is for Obafemi to beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar, and I'm very excited about that match. And then you have the 2 main events for night 1 and night 2. You have your night 1 main event, which is Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship match. This feud is picking up. Heel, quote-unquote, Randy Orton is still getting cheered, and people still want to know who he's been talking on the phone with. Is it just the voices in Randy's head, or is it Ted DiBiase Jr., The Rock, Kevin Owens, Charlotte Flair? Who is on the phone with Randy? Now, a lot of people now are thinking, because of his promo on Friday Night SmackDown last week, that it's just the voices in his head that he's talking to, that they tell him they need to turn up, to be the old you, to fucking get vicious and punt him, and all these types of things. Or is it actually someone he's calling to help him? Long shot is like The Rock. Even longer shot is like John Cena. But someone like Kevin Owens could show up. Someone like Ted DiBiase Jr. could show up. Someone like his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton, could show up. So that makes it even more intriguing. And now they have a couple more Friday Night SmackDowns where they really got to ramp this fucking thing up. And I think it could be a really huge and important match heading into WrestleMania 42. And I would love to see Randy Orton win his 15th world title at WrestleMania 42 and cap off what hopefully is a fantastic night 1 of WrestleMania 42. And then we move on to the main event of main events, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, main event night 2. To be clear, like I always say, I do not like CM Punk. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a con artist. But he is very, very good at selling a fight on a microphone. And Roman Reigns has gotten much better at also selling a fight on a microphone, and these two together has been pure magic. Their first 2 promo battles were awesome. Then Roman Reigns wasn't there, so he talked to Jimmy and Jey Uso. That was okay. And then now Roman Reigns finally comes back, puts him through a table, snaps. Loved it. This feud is intensifying every week. Will the Samoans be involved? Will there be, the family, will they be involved? What's, who's the head of the table? Who's the tribal chief? Is Jey Uso calling the shots? Is it still Roman Reigns? Is Roman Reigns going to go out there and beat CM Punk and walk out World Heavyweight Champion? Right? Are we going to see 4 new champions at WrestleMania? I think that Roman Reigns needs to win. The original plan back in the day was for Roman Reigns to win and then start feuding with Braun Breaker, and then Braun Breaker beats Roman Reigns, kind of a passing of the torch at SummerSlam. And I don't know if that's still going to happen because we haven't seen the sort of the resolution to the Braun Breaker Seth Rollins feud, especially with Paul Heyman. So I don't think that's going to happen yet. So you might see actually CM Punk win this match and beat Roman Reigns to end WrestleMania as the current champ, as the still champion, beating Roman Reigns in the middle of that ring, 1, 2, 3. It also depends on who's involved, who's out there. Does CM Punk have any friends? What Samoans are involved? Jimmy and Jey Uso, do they have his back? Do they not have his back? So all of these types of factors will play into this main event. But this is the most intriguing match of all of WrestleMania, hence why it's the main event of WrestleMania 42, and I hope and want Roman Reigns to win. Then you look at some other situations that might come up at WrestleMania. We haven't seen Gunther in 3 weeks on Monday Night Raw. There is no plan for Gunther right now at WrestleMania. The original plan was Rey Mysterio. Don't know what Rey Mysterio is doing, and it's absolutely fucking insane that WWE hasn't come up with a backup plan for Gunther, who is the company's biggest and baddest heel, and he just ended the career of AJ Styles and John Cena, and this is what happens when you built a career off of being the career killer. You have to have people to retire, and WWE kind of put their foot in their mouth with this one, because Gunther must be at WrestleMania if you want to continue building him as the biggest heel in the company. Now, what's going to happen with Seth Rollins and the Usos and LA Knight? Are they all going to be at WrestleMania? Are we going to see a Seth Rollins versus Paul Heyman match? Most likely not. There's rumors that Braun Breaker might return at WrestleMania. I don't know. And so there's still some things up in the air. There's going to be a ladder match. There's going to be tag team matches. There's going to be multi-man matches. Right? All of these things are going to happen. But out of the big stars, you have to think Gunther must be at WrestleMania doing something, and will Seth Rollins actually be able to compete physically at WrestleMania? And then where does Paul Heyman play into all of this stuff with Brock Lesnar, with CM Punk, with Roman Reigns? Will Paul Heyman be a factor in all of that? And what will the Vision also do at WrestleMania 42? And so that's what I think so far about the card and the matches and some things going into WrestleMania 42. We are 29 days away from the recording of this video on March 26th, so 29 days away. I'll keep doing these updates as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania 42, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.